Hi, Aries. Oh, you want to fight. I get it. Not just because your reading is late, you just want to fight. You've been wanting to fight for like a week and a half. Got it. Might have wanted to stay away from that energy myself. Sorry. Okay, let's get into it. Second half of the month is when all the good stuff and me-centered stuff happens. Very nice, we like it. Up until now, it's been a lot about money and arguing about money and arguing with people and feeling miserable with certain people even. But a lot of it, Five of Pentacles, has had to do with money. Towards the end of the month, you start to see big returns on stuff that if you weren't worrying about it now, this would never happen. So it's an interesting waiting game, which was not going to help you at the beginning of the month. Anyway, so let's keep going. So Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Four of Wands. The reversal, as Mars moves into Cancer, is great. In terms of your home life, Four of Wands. In terms of money, Ten of Pentacles. In terms of both. Where home and money meet, there is a lot of abundance. And then there is the World, the Devil, Strength, and Eight of Swords. So publicly, very publicly, something may be brewing between you and a Capricorn. Okay. And the Leo situation is looking pretty dire. Okay. So Saturn is in retrograde. We know that for you, that means that certain ways in which you show up in the world need to be looked at again, need to be looked at in reference to what's been going on, let's say, for the past 8 to 10 years. The Strength card is the number 8, and then you have the Eight of Swords. Your own strength, your own belief in yourself is what the second part of May is about. The first part of May is a lot about having to deal with other people, and the Three of Swords and the Five of Pentacles to me is very much that Sartre quote, hell is other people. So the first part of the month is all about other people. The second part of the month is all about you. And what about you? The World and the Devil card, the way you show up, the way you work, where you focus on self, things flow smoothly. Where you decide that someone else needs to help you, you end up alone in the lurch. Okay. Four of Wands, there's also a lot of happiness brewing, Ten of Pentacles, in terms of meeting a partner. So anywhere after the 15th, you've got great chances of meeting the kind of fiery love that you would like to have. Very good chances. Might just be for a week or so, but for that third week of May, you should try to be as cute as possible. So if you are dealing with a Capricorn and it's been all about money and arguing about money, you find that the issues may be larger than you can actually handle. Even with the Leo energy, the issues might just be too much. You might have spent too much of yourself and now feel really empty. But you have so much potential in the second part of the month, especially professionally. You have all the tools you need. And like I said, the chances of that like lightning strikes kind of love are very high. Super high. They're probably so high that The chances are so high that it makes the rest of the year seem super bland in comparison. Like 16th, 17th of May, everything just takes off. And things get so noticeably better so quickly. Less tense, less combative, grounded, centering unapologetically on self, recognizing where the source of the misery is and moving past it, getting opportunities to help you move past it. So even if you have a stubborn nature, you're still able to quickly resolve and let go because something so much better comes along. Might have been holding on to past 3 to 5 years, something super painful, and then this month it just gets replaced by something so incredible that you finally forget about it. Could be, could be. It's also about you needing to first see that value within yourself before you can see it externally reflected back. So the 10 of Pentacles is a lot about how do you move from the 5 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles? What's that shift? One of the things is that there's a lot more people in the 10 of Pentacles card than there are in the 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles feeling isolated with one person, your feelings about one person. A thing that you feel is just the two of you and you're in this miserable isolation. It's your relationship with another person, whether they know it or not, but you've taken that relationship as what you base your value or your happiness on. 3 of Swords, this feeling of emptiness and sorrow that has to do with partnering perhaps with the wrong person, going into business with the wrong person, trusting the wrong person at work. It has to do with money and misery. And then boom, right after 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. So things transforming, money coming in, opportunity coming in, a effervescent sort of happiness when it comes to couplehood and love, filling the home, the house feeling like a home again, all of this. And then the world. So great blessings coming from every side. They have a Saturnian flavor, the Devil card. The Saturnian card is also there to be like, be careful, because there's certain ways in which you need to go through and look again. Look at your contracts again, especially if you're selling a house. Look at the listing prices. Just make sure that nobody's trying to swindle you right now. The Strength card is also about not letting yourself slip back into the place you just came from. So if you have spent years and years trying to heal from a pretty painful situation, this month, when the energy moves you forward into something new, the Strength card is there to be like, you have to have the courage to take that new step. It can't be taken for you. You can just as easily remain where you are. So a lot of responsibility being put on the self. Again, very Leonine, very Aries. The next time we see fire will be in Leo season. By the time we get to Leo season, how you feel about you and others will have everything to do with what you do from mid-May to mid-June. There's so much work to be done. There's so much discord in terms of partnerships and finances that needs to be sorted out. And once it's done, you feel free and ready to move forward in many, many ways. All of the moving forward is happening now. And it wasn't happening at all until now, right? So it's such a strange month that way because the brakes have been on so heavy and now the brakes come off. And as soon as the brakes come off, you feel all the feels at once, and then you're asked to sort them out and keep moving to the next opportunity, keep moving to the next stage where you're, center stage. It's fantastic. It's jarring. You will always have, that instinct to fall back just in a moment of weakness. Don't give into it. Be as Aries as you possibly can. So the courage is in the 8 of Swords and the number 8 card. The courage is in being yourself minus the misery. So you could say, well, I was being myself when I became miserable. I was being myself when the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles kind of hit me that I have to do this, or I have to get rid of this person, or this person's never going to make any money, or whatever it was. Yeah, I know that. Why would I go back to that? You don't think you would, right? You don't think that that would be in any way logical. You just keep moving forward. But there's this impulse that every one of us has, and maybe you guys have it the least, but you still have it, where when something really dramatic has happened, when a really hard time has been crossed through, everyone has this tendency to want to look back and just see how bad it was, or how high was that, you know, or what did I just jump from, or what did I just cross? And it's so easy to fall back. So that's what the 8 of Swords is about. It's like you've come out of the 5 of Pentacles misery, don't go back. And you've been given everything so you don't ever have to go back. You have all at your disposal that you need, so you never have to go back. And that includes great opportunity, the ingredients and the opportunities you need, the tools you need on your workbench to get it done. But also, it looks like for a lot of you, like a legit partner. I feel it. I already feel it. My like Venus Aries, Mars Aries, like I feel it. I can hear it coming. It's exciting. And if it's a Capricorn or a Leo, watch out. Looking serious. Okay, in the extended, we're gonna look at, actually I'll show you in just a moment. Let's look at these cards, yeah? I love you. Hi, Aries. Okay, let's take a look. I gotta tell you, I'm really excited about this, and I'll tell you why. There is such an enormous change going on for you guys, and I know that you're sick of hearing that it's gonna happen, and then we get to the month when it happens. And maybe the video being late just doesn't impress that on you enough, because I know right now you're still feeling like, I don't know what you're talking about. May has not been what I thought it was going to be. It's not any of the things you're saying. I know, because you're here, but give it like a week and a half and bam, you're feeling really, really, really good. Now in the extended, we're going to talk about this and the Sagittarius, because the Sagittarius for some has been a great disappointment, and for others has been a great revelation. You may be one of the ones who stands to benefit greatly from the Sag, as opposed to, for example, air signs who are like over the Sag, right? Okay. So let's start here. 3 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. As you can see, the first part of the month has been about hard conversations, hard decisions, hard feelings, having to really look at money, perhaps in a way that's very uncomfortable, perhaps in a way that has to do with romance. It can have, here this also looks like breaking up because of money, breaking up because of diverging career paths, breaking up a business partnership that leaves both people feeling, you know, isolated and alone. And now the changeover. Wow, what a change, huh? 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. So in a lot of ways, a total reversal. From 3 of Swords, we go to 4 of Wands. So where this is loneliness, emptiness, hole in the heart, pain, heartbreak, cloudy, rainy. Here, it's the celebration of two people's union. It's partying, it's celebration, it's sunny, it's yellow, it's summer, it's 4 wands, can hold up a tent, right? It's foundationally strong to the point where you can celebrate it and put a wreath on it. From the 5 of Pentacles, I just don't know how we're going to make ends meet. I just don't know how we're going to meet in the middle. I just don't know how this could ever work. I know that this is not for me. I know that in terms of finance, because of finance, this is never really going to work for me. To, wow, who is this? And this person has their own stuff, and I feel like I have my own stuff, and this feels really equal. The second part of the month is about evening out. What comes into your life now complements you as opposed to piggybacking you, right? And then it stands to reason that from there we would go to the world, the devil, strength. And then we'll talk about that in a second. So the world, the devil, and the strength card. It is success in your own eyes, success in the eyes of others, success in the eyes of the world. It is several forms of success at once. Getting all your stuff done and your emotional life is fulfilled. And how are you getting all this stuff done? And how is your emotional life fulfilled? And how is this feeling of completion coming over you? Because you have the tools, because the timing supports you, even astrology is on that table. And you are given the right opportunities to meet the right people. The people you're supposed to meet that end up being really, really important can be met in the remainder of May. This is a big deal, especially when it's like this. So all of this good stuff, and the only thing you're being asked to do is stay out of your own head. And you're characteristically not in your own head, but I feel like this month, because of this, what you've been going through thus far, which remember is only these two cards. Everything else is still to come. You don't want to blindfold yourself to your own blessings. You don't want to bind yourself, thereby making yourself unable to receive because you don't have open arms. You can't receive without open arms. You can't receive without being open. You can't choose to stay closed and take opportunities like this. They'll be there, but you won't be able to reach out and take them because you're not realizing that this is over. It's past. And when I tell you that the month changes like a snap, it does. It's like all of a sudden it's different. You know, things where you've been in a rut for like a long time, they just poof, magic. And it's different, magic. And some person is there that you're like, are you kidding me? No, I'm not. In the extended, we'll go through and we'll clarify each card. But I like to leave some from the bottom down here and then we clarify them at the end. The Sag, the water sign, the earth sign, the air sign. Really? Really, Aries? I mean, you guys are kind of on your Casanova thing right now. But it's only because you're trying to figure out who's worthy. But the person who's worthy comes out of nowhere. Like Thor's hammer. We'll take a look in the extended at these. But first, we'll go through and clarify each one. And what we've been doing, which is super fun, is clarifying the clarifiers if they're spicy. I just read the extendeds like I read for myself. So it evolves. It's fun. Okay, guys. Love you. See you in a second in the extended. Oh, by the way, there will be a link below for a New York City event that we're having, live podcast event. The podcast is called Revolution Ramblings. It's top 100 on Spotify and on iTunes in religion and spirituality in the world. We are doing our second live podcast event at a space in Crown Heights in Brooklyn called We Are Much Different. You can check them out in the link below, and you can also get tickets. And I'm also going to be debuting a new podcast that I'm doing with my friends from kindergarten and my sister-in-law. So these are all people I've known for like 20 plus years. And we're going to do a group podcast called Read Clinic. And you'll get a preview of that live on the 21st as well. And the most fun part is that after the podcast, we're going to have a dance party. So, woohoo! Animations will be in the house. My cousin will be there. It's going to be dope. All right, that will all be below. Love you. See you in the extended in just a second.